Happy New Year! It's bowling season, guys. Yes, it is now time for the college football bowl games. They've been kicking off for the past week and a half, but I'm going to talk about this one today. Daggone Florida versus the Oklahoma Sooners. Oh, my God. Florida Gators versus Oklahoma Sooners. This was, listen, Heisman hopeful Kyle Trask, he was put in a difficult spot where all four of his primary targets had opted out of playing in today's game. Many was wondering how in the world would he be able to bounce back from that, and if he could possibly get the Gators a win today. Let's get into it right after the jump. Wait, before you go any further, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you click those thumbs up. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment. Keep commenting, guys. Keep commenting. Welcome back to Tomorrow League Sports Network with your host, Coach Walker. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe. Also, follow us on social media. The links are listed down below in the description. Guys, check this out. The Oklahoma Sooners let the Gators know out the gate that they were not going to put them in no blender with that passing game, especially now that Kyle Trask was without four of his primary receivers. You got to understand, Alabama gave the world the cheat code on how to defend the Florida Gators receivers. And guess what, guys? Daggone Oklahoma, they picked up on a little bit of that themselves. What they did was they schemed a little bit, kind of like how the Crimson Tide did against the Gators, with a little bit of zone defense on certain receivers, making sure that they weren't able to get off like they normally would. You know, basically what they did was they did the same thing, knowing that a lot of these receivers were not going to be there today. They stuck with their game plan. They didn't change it. Go to the same receivers, even though his primary receivers aren't there, he will go to those same receivers in the same sets to make sure they were able to continue to keep moving the ball down the field. But Trask didn't help himself. He didn't help himself today with the multiple interceptions that he threw in the beginning of the game. I mean, it was almost as if the Sooners had got so much into his head as far as with him not being able to complete passes to the receivers. I mean, he was just pressing. He was trying to do too much, and he didn't stay within the game plan, which it showed early, and it ended up with him being pulled from the game. I mean, come on, guys. I know a lot of you Gator fans out there are going to say, man, well, if he had his four main targets in the game, the game would be close. I mean, guys, I understand there were four players who decided they wanted to opt out and were not going to play in the game today. I know, Gator fans, I know you're upset. Tony Grimes, you had Pitts, Grimes, and Copeland, who didn't play because of a COVID diagnosis. The game would have been different. I don't think so. I'm going to be brutally honest with you. The Sooners defense looked better the Sooners defense looked the best I've seen all season. All daggone season. If that defense would have played like they did today in those games that they lost, they might be in the playoffs playing for a national championship this year. I'm just going to be honest with you. Trask had a rough day. He threw the ball. Trask had a rough day. He threw 3 interceptions. 28 passes completed, 16 for 158 yards. You can see, like I said, the Sooners got in his head. I mean, they got in his head early and often. I mean, it knocked him around all over the place. He just couldn't get off. He wasn't able to make the plays he was accustomed to making with all of his playmakers on the field. But that doesn't negate the fact that Florida, that doesn't negate the fact that the Sooners, high-powered offense, put double nickels, yes, a 55-piece, up on the Florida Gators. Spencer Rattler was out there having a ball out there on the field, just throwing the ball all over the field, having a good time. He threw the ball 23 times, completed 14 for 247 yards and 3 touchdowns. But you know what? The running game for the Sooners was like, hey, Rattler, you're not going to outdo us today, buddy. Ain't going to happen. They had 2 running backs that was over 100 yards apiece. 2. And matter of fact, out of the 2, you had one that was close to 200 yards on the day. Man, listen, the Sooners ran for 435 yards total. That's crazy. Stevens and Major carved up the Gators defense to no end. But like I said, the Gators defense was missing their cornerback, who also he opted out, to get himself prepared for the NFL. But I'm like, one man is not going to change up a defense. I mean, bottom line is, The guys, they couldn't tackle. They didn't know what was going on. I mean, it looked terrible. One thing I forgot to mention, if the Sooners can build off of what they did to the Florida offense today with their defense, they could be on to something. I just hope that they're able to continue on rising their play a little higher and believe in the process and the system and make things work and manage in the manner in which the coach is trying to get them to understand and just believe. But until next time, guys, if you like the content, please like, share, subscribe. Don't forget, subscribe. If you like the content, please like, share, subscribe. Also, you can follow us on social media. The links are listed down where? Below in the description. And remember, guys, be that one and lead.